You know that feeling, right? You're staring into your medicine cabinet, you pick up a box of pills, and you're just looking at all the different names. There's this big one, then a smaller one underneath. What does it all mean? Well, today, we're gonna crack the code.
Seriously, have you ever had a headache? Reached for a painkiller and just thought, okay, which one of these names is the one that actually matters? What's the real deal here? That is exactly what we are going to figure out right now.
And here's the whole mystery boiled down to one simple image. On one side, you've got the brand name, the one you see in all the ads, and on the other, you've got the generic name. Here's the kicker. They're for the exact same pill. Understanding this one little difference is the secret key to your entire medicine cabinet.
So here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll decode the basics. Then, we'll look at some real-world examples for common problems and for more serious chronic conditions. We'll even look beyond the pill box. And finally, we'll talk about how all this makes you a more empowered patient.
All right, let's get into it. It's time to find that secret decoder key that's been hiding on every single medicine package this whole time. Okay, so here it is, the big secret. The most important name on that box is not the one in giant flashy letters. It's the generic name. Think of the generic name as the medicine's true official identity. The brand name? That's just a catchy nickname someone made up for marketing. The generic name tells you what's actually inside.
So let's break that down. The generic name is the official universal medical name for that drug. Paracetamol is paracetamol, whether you're in Mumbai or Montreal. It's the same stuff. The brand name, though, is just a unique name a company invents for its product. This means lots of different companies can sell the exact same generic drug, just with different brand names on the box.
Okay, enough with the theory. Let's see how this actually plays out with some of the common medicines you probably have sitting at home right now. This is where it gets interesting.
Okay, check this out. Pain and fever relief. We've got 3 totally different brands here. CombiFlam, Zerodol P, and Dolo 500. Different boxes, different ads, but what do they all have in common? Just look at that generic name column. Boom! They all contain paracetamol. That's the pattern you're looking for.
And that's the big aha moment. Once you start looking for that small print, you realize the key ingredient inside is often the exact same thing, even if you're holding 2 completely different looking boxes.
Let's try it again. Allergy and cold medicine. So Allegra, its generic is fexofenadine. Levocet is levocetirizine. But now, look at Cenerest. It's a combo pill, and one of its main ingredients is, wait for it, paracetamol. The same stuff we just saw for pain relief is now here treating cold symptoms. See how powerful this is?
Now, this little skill goes from being kind of useful to being absolutely critical when we start talking about long-term health. For things you deal with every day, consistency is everything.
Take a look at these high blood pressure meds. You might get a prescription for amlodipine, sold under the brand name Amlokind, or maybe telmisartan, sold as Telma. But very often, doctors prescribe a combination of drugs. And that's where you see Telma AM, which has both telmisartan and amlodipine in one single pill. Knowing this helps you avoid confusion, like accidentally taking 2 separate pills when you were only supposed to take the one combo pill. And it's the exact same story for managing diabetes. Metformin is a real cornerstone drug here. You'll find it by itself in a brand like Glycomet, but you'll also see it combined with other drugs like in Glycosagon M or Galvus Met to make the treatment even more effective. Recognizing metformin as that common thread helps you make sense of it all. And honestly, this is the bottom line. For anyone managing a condition day in and day out, getting a handle on the generic name is just crucial. It makes sure you're always taking the right active drug, which is so important for your treatment to work and, most of all, for your safety.
But hey, this skill isn't just for your daily pills. Let's zoom out a bit and see how you can use this for pretty much everything else in that cabinet.
Okay, this is a big one. Infections. It is so important to know the difference between an antibiotic, like amoxicillin, which kills bacteria, and an antifungal, like clotrimazole, which fights, well, fungus. They are not interchangeable. Using the wrong one just won't work, and it could make things worse. The generic name tells you exactly what you're dealing with.
And speaking of antibiotics, please listen to this. You must always finish the entire course your doctor gives you, even if you start feeling better halfway through. You've got to do it to kill all the bacteria, to stop the infection from just coming right back, and to help prevent the rise of scary, antibiotic-resistant superbugs.
And believe it or not, this decoding skill even works on your first aid kit. You know that brown antiseptic ointment, usually called betadine? The active ingredient is povidone iodine. A Band-Aid?
That's just a brand name for a washproof adhesive bandage. And electrol for when you're dehydrated. That's just oral rehydration salts. It's the same principle everywhere you look.
So we've learned the secret. We've seen how it works. Now for the final, and I think the most important part, how you can take this knowledge and put it into action.
Here it is, your simple 3-step guide. It's super easy. Step 1. Find the generic name on the package. It's almost always there in smaller print under the big brand name. Step 2. Understand what that drug is actually for. And Step 3. Always remember that a bunch of different brands can be selling that exact same drug. That's it. You've got it.
So let's just quickly recap the big ideas here. The generic name is the medicine's real identity. Different brand names can be the exact same medicine inside. Knowing this stuff helps you understand your own treatment so much better. And maybe the best part? It lets you have smarter, more confident conversations with your doctor or pharmacist.
So the next time you open your medicine cabinet, I want you to remember that you have a new superpower. You now hold the secret key to decode what's really inside every single one of those boxes. The only question left is, are you ready to use it?